Welcome to my views on news. Thursday's first video. Firstly, it is being reported that Tigray forces are digging trenches around Mekelle in southern, eastern, and northern directions. Trenches are being dug up. Heavy weapons are being deployed and troops are being repositioned. Question is, who is reporting? Who is making these claims? We have details for you. Secondly, viewers, federal government of Ethiopia, led by PM Abiy, today established National Anti-Corruption Committee, 7-member committee led by Tamasgen Tirhone, Ethiopian intelligence chief. Though government says that corruption is a national security threat, but why was this this committee formed? Could this be a tool to use against political opponents? And what became of the corruption scandal which surfaced last year? Sega Arage, former anti-corruption chief, shared details of that corruption scandal involving Amhara Prosperity Party officials last year. And thirdly, we have a new story from Somalia. I remember that when Farmajo was in power, former president of Somalia, Hassan Sheikh was his opponent, who is now the president of the country. Back then, Hassan Sheikh in an interview said, "Don't tell us that Isaias is our brother." So he was extremely critical of Isaias Afwerki, Eritrean president back then when he was in opposition. Now he is president of the country. A video of Hassan Sheikh has been leaked, in which Hassan Sheikh can be heard praising Isaias Afwerki. What did he say? We have details for you. Firstly, viewers, it is being reported that instead of disarmament, Tigray forces are regrouping, realigning, repositioning their troops, and much of it is happening around Mekelle. What is being reported? Who is reporting it? It is being reported that to the east of Mekelle, near Atsebi, trenches are being dug up, artillery and tanks are being deployed, Tigray fighters are being repositioned, firstly. Secondly, to the south of Mekelle, to the north of Koram, Macho, Mehoni fronts, there similar mobilization, similar activities are being seen. Thirdly, to the north of Mekelle, around Idaga, Hamas, Adagarat, same is happening, that trenches being dug up and heavy weapons being deployed. And same is happening close to Mekelle city. Western side already secure, because to the west of Mekelle is central Tigray, where there is already heavy presence of Tigray forces. Who is reporting? Who is making these claims? Mostly Eritrean and Amharic news sources are reporting these developments. And we know that for the past few days, Tigray-backed news sources, they have been accusing Eritrean military and Amhara forces of committing atrocities against Tigrayans, of lootings, of kidnappings, of destroying Tigray's infrastructure. Last night, DWTV claimed that Tigray's religious and historical and cultural sites were being attacked by Fano fighters. Before that, Tigray government officials, Professor Kinde, accused Eritrean military of kidnappings, lootings and destruction in Tigray. Now, counter attack is coming from the other side. Amhara and Eritrean news sources are now accusing Tigray fighters that they are not surrendering their weapons. Rather, they are making preparations for another round of the fighting. So I shared with you the claims of the two sides. What is happening on the ground? It is difficult to understand. It is the responsibility of Ethiopian National Defense Force, Ethiopian government to clarify. Rumors going around that Eritrean military, Amhara forces, they are involved in atrocities, in lootings in Tigray, and now rumors about Tigray fighters that they are trying to make preparations, defensive or offensive, but these are military preparations. I think the two sides are launching campaigns against each other. Tigray launched a campaign against EDF and Amhara forces to push them out of Tigray through international pressure. Now, counter campaign has been launched by EDF, Eritrean government and Amhara regional government through their private news sources, and they are now claiming that Tigray fighters are regrouping, organizing. It's difficult to conclude what is happening on the ground. We're only sharing with you what is being reported with the two sides. Peace agreement has not collapsed so far, but if you remember, yesterday I said that speed of implementation is very slow. There is no transparency. If there is no transparency, if the speed remains slow, things could get further complicated. That is why the mediators, African Union, US, Ethiopian government especially, should try to accelerate the implementation of the agreement. Otherwise, there are so many spoilers. There are spoilers, and even within Tigray, there are spoilers. Outside Tigray as well, within Ethiopian government too, and outside Ethiopia too. So that is why implementation must not be delayed. Otherwise, spoilers will get an opportunity to undermine this peace agreement. Secondly, viewers, Ethiopian federal government of PM Abiy today announced the formation of National Anti-Corruption Committee, which will fight the corruption in the country. 7-member committee has been formed. Tamasgen Terone, Ethiopian intelligence agency chief, is one of the top members of the committee. Secondly, Gideon Timotheus, Ethiopian justice minister, who was a member of Ethiopian government's team of negotiators in South Africa, is a member of this committee, anti-corruption committee too. In a statement today, federal government said that corruption was a national security threat. That is why society should join hands with this committee to eradicate corruption from the country. And the government today urged regional governments to establish similar committees for a crackdown against corrupt people in Ethiopia. Question is, what is the purpose behind the formation of this committee? Because last year, I remember, Sega Arage, Ethiopian anti-corruption chief, spoke about embezzlement, irregularities in Amhara Prosperity Party funds. He said that Amhara Prosperity Party leaders were involved in financial misappropriation of 60 million Ethiopian birrs. Agenio Tishagar was named too, serving Speaker of Ethiopian Upper House. He served as Amhara region's president too. What happened? Some Amhara Prosperity Party officials were stopped from working, but no action was taken. Rather, Sega Arage was transferred from his post as anti-corruption chief. And now government has formed a new committee. I fear this committee could be used against dissidents, against political opponents within Prosperity Party and outside Prosperity Party. This anti-corruption tool could be used against political dissidents. That is why we'll monitor the activities of this anti-corruption committee. But keeping in view the track record of the government did not take action against those who were involved in a Prosperity Party financial scandal last year. Let's see. We'll update you in coming weeks and months about the performance of this anti-corruption committee. Thirdly, viewers, Hassan Sheikh Mahmood's video is being shared by several news sources. The video was recorded before his recent travel to Eritrea. Almost a week ago, he visited Eritrea. It was his second visit of Eritrea. First one was in July and second one just a few days ago. And before this second visit, in a speech, he said that he wanted to thank President Isaias Afwerki because he was a brother for Somalia and he was giving Somalia a gift that Somalia can inherit. Gift means the trainings. Eritrea is training Somalia's forces. All three wings of Somalia's forces are being trained in Eritrea. Land forces, air force, naval forces, all are being trained on Eritrean soil. Hassan Sheikh went to Eritrea to thank Isaias Afwerki. The question is, what was Hassan Sheikh's view about Isaias Afwerki when he was in opposition? I did a video on that last year. Hassan Sheikh said in a video when he was in opposition, don't tell us that Isaias is our brother. And now he's saying that he wants to thank Isaias Afwerki for his help that he is giving to Somalia. Why do these politicians change their views so rapidly? Politicians lead countries, they lead people, they guide people. We are not against cooperation between Somalia and Eritrea. Of course, the countries should live peacefully. Peaceful cooperation should be promoted. But when these politicians are in opposition, they try to destabilize the governments. The governments, they want to lead. And when they are part of the government, when they lead in the governments, their views change. Hassan Sheikh should apologize to Somalia's people as well. He might have apologized to Isaias Afwerki because he visited twice. He visited Eritrea twice in recent months. What about Somalia's people? He should apologize to Somalia's people as well. Why did he misguide them about Eritrean role in Somalia? Thank you for watching.